sports. It's in the game.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Brooks will score. Touchdown, Packers. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Three and a half to go, first quarter.
70 range, go!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
2nd and 6. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. 66 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man here is Benson. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
19, there we go,
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devontae Wyatt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. You look at this Packers defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll run right here with Brooks. And he's got some space here. inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jonathan Brooks with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now Achane on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Dolphins at 8-2 on the year, and they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Benson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. He'll drop to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
On third down, they go with Brooks. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And they will take a 7-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Benson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On now is the Packers punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he rifles one incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
What a tug-of-war this game has been. A tie at the half. I remember when I was playing, my coaches always talked about the first 5 minutes of each half. That's where you can gain the momentum and seize an opportunity. We've got one team in position to do that right now.
And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Here is 3rd down and 4. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll go. Achane.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. they can get involved in the run game as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Back to throw again.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. They'll look to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Open net is Waddle complete. He's got room to roam.
And finally down at the 9-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw here.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Well, he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, One guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Channing Tindall.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go play action here on 1st down.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tony Pollard, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll try and throw for it here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Back to throw.
That's taken in by Watson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll look to throw.
That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Achane will score. Touchdown, Miami. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 70 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes when quarterbacks run a sneak, they wait a second or two just to see which way to go with the football. And in this case, that hesitation cost him.
Touchdown, Packers.
Tommy Tremble.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
43.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. That one complete to Hill. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10.
They'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Let's go now. Right there. Hurt. Check. 19 light.
Back to throw again.
That one downfield for Dotson. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
He'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Kraft.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And running with power here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And some room to maneuver.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. Fourth down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense, just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Okay, ready?
The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the fourth quarter. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Charles, a lot of